Welcome to the second lecture on design of tension members. In the first lecture, already we have seen this failure of tension members. The first one is yielding of gross section, second, rupture of critical section, and third type of failure is block shear. Now, moving ahead, also we had seen one problem of this notes. Now, going to the second problem, we'll be designing a tension member. That is problem number 2. It says design a single angle to be connected to a gusset plate of 10 mm thick to carry a factored tensile load of 225 kilonewton. Full stop. Bolts used are M20. Grade of bolts are 4.6 and that of steel is Fe410. Writing down the given data, the load is 125, not 225. It is 125 kilonewton. Length of the member is 2.5. Diameter of bolt 20 mm. Hole dia 22 mm. Ultimate strength of plate is 410 and yield strength of plate is 250 and that of bolt is 400 and 240 Newton per square mm. In this problem, the load is given. You have to design an angle section capable of taking a factored load of 125 kilonewton. So for that, the permissible tensile stress, now referring to this formula, load is given. So you have to calculate area required using these permissible stresses. So this says yielding strength due to cross section is TDG is equal to AG into Fy by gamma m naught. In this case, load is given to us. So with that, you have to calculate what is the area required to take a load of 125 kilonewton. So therefore, Fy by gamma m naught is the permissible tensile stress. When you look at the problem, so here the permissible tensile stress is calculated as Fy by gamma m naught. The permissible tensile stress is taken from here, which is Fy by gamma m naught. So that Fy for the plate is 250, gamma m naught is 1.1, which works out as 227.2 Newton per square mm. Once we know this stress, so required area will be load divided by permissible stress. So that is required area will be load divided by permissible tensile stress. Load is 120. Sorry, load is 225 itself. Please make this correction. Load is 225 itself. So load is 225, which is kilonewton into 10 to the power 3. We'll convert it to Newton divided by the permissible stress is 227.2, which works out as 990.3 square mm. Now referring to the steel table, you have to find an angle section which is having area greater than this, which is having area greater than 990.3 square mm. Now referring to the steel table, for angle section 100 into 75 into 6, 100 into 75 into 6, the cross sectional area is 10.14 square centimeter or 1014 square mm. 1014 square mm. Now we have adopted this angle, ISA 100 into 75 into 6. Now this angle has to be checked for yielding of gross section, rupture of critical section and block shear. That is yielding of gross section. Now looking at the formula, the design strength due to yielding of gross section, which says TDG is equal to AG into Fy by gamma m naught. That is AG is 1014, which is taken from the steel table, into 250 into 250 divided by 1.1. So which works out as 230.45 kilonewton. Now this 230 is greater than 225 kilonewton, the tensile force coming on the member. Therefore, angle is safe in yielding. The next is rupture of critical section. The next type of failure of tension member is rupture of critical section. Now 6.3.1 will calculate design strength due to rupture of critical section for plates. Now since we are checking for angles, we have to refer to 6.3.3, that is single angle. The rupture strength of an angle connected through one leg affected by shear lag. The design strength TDN is as governed by rupture at net section is as given below. We have to use this formula for a single angle to calculate the rupture strength. That is TDN is equal to 0.9 into ANC into Fu by gamma M1 plus beta into Ag0 into Fy by gamma M0. Before designing for rupture of critical section, we have to design the connection between the gusset plate and the angle plate. That is ISA 100 into 75 into 6 and the gusset plate. The connection has to be designed. It is as good as connection of two plates, that this is called as the connected leg, this is called as the connected leg, and this is called as outstanding leg. The angle says 100 into 75 into 6. So 100 mm leg is the connected leg which is connected to the gusset plate, and this 75 mm is the outstanding leg. 75 mm is the outstanding leg. Now it is as good as connection between two plates, that is 100 mm leg and the gusset plate. The first we have to design the connection. So that connection is which is already done in the design of bolted connection. So we have to calculate the single shear capacity of the bolt using earlier formulas, and also the bearing capacity of the bolt. If you check earlier data, the design strength of one bolt is 40. The calculation is not shown here, which is already done earlier. So therefore, the design strength of one bolt will be 45.27 kilonewton for the given data, assuming your end distance is 40 mm and pitch distance is 50 mm. So the number of bolts required are, the total load is 225 kilonewton divided by the strength of one bolt, 45.27. So the number of bolts required are 5 bolts. So you can see here 5 bolts are provided, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? The first bolt is provided at a distance of 40 mm, end distance of 40 mm. The next bolts are provided at a pitch distance of 50 mm each. 50 mm each. And last, the plate is stopped at an end distance of 40 mm. Now the connection is over between the angle section and the gusset plate. Now here you can observe there are two legs of the angle, 100 mm and 75 mm. So 100 mm is the connected leg and 75 mm is the outstanding leg. Now coming back to rupture of critical section. Coming to the formula, this formula is taken from, like discussed, taken from, that is 6.3.3, the rupture strength of single angle connected through one leg affected by the shear lag. The formula is 0.9 into ANC into Fu by gamma M1 plus beta into Ag0 into Fy by gamma M0. You have to try to understand, the same formula is written here, 0.9 into ANC into Fu divided by gamma M1 plus beta into Ag0 into Fy by Fy of plate, Fy of angle, you can call it as angle, Fy by angle divided by gamma M0. Now understanding one by one term here, 0.9 is a constant, ultimate stress, yield strength is also ultimate stress, gamma M1 and gamma M0 are factor of safety. There are only two new things here, one is ANC and Ag0 as well as beta. Now ANC refers to net area of connected leg, which is also given in your code book. ANC refers to net area of connected leg. This ANC refers to net area of connected leg, and AG naught refers to gross area of outstanding leg. AG naught refers to gross area of outstanding leg, and this beta is again a constant value which is calculated using this formula. We'll go one by one. So this formula is known to us. Only three new things here: ANC, beta, and AG naught. The first we'll calculate is ANC, that is a net area of connected leg. The connected leg is 100 mm here. In this 100 mm leg, 100 mm leg is the connected leg and 75 mm is the outstanding leg. In this 100 mm leg, we are punching one bolt hole across this cross section. If you take any cross section across here, or across this bolt, or this bolt, or this bolt, or this bolt, across all the cross section. Now here is the tension force acting. Here is the tension force acting. So tension will be acting, tensile stresses will be acting across all the critical section. If you take all the critical sections, there will be only one bolt hole across the connected leg. Now this is the 100 mm connected leg. This is the 100 mm connected leg, and this is the 75 mm leg. Now the net area of the connected leg will be 100 mm, which is the connected leg, 100 mm, which is connected leg, minus one bolt hole, diameter of one bolt hole 22, minus half of the angle thickness. So at this corner, your thickness will be doubled. So that is why half of the thickness is also deducted into thickness of the angle plate. Thickness of the angle plate, which is, thickness of the angle section, which is 6 mm, which works out as 450 square mm. Now ANC is calculated. Now coming to the AG naught, which is as per the code, which says gross area of outstanding leg. Gross area of outstanding leg. Now here this 100 mm is the connected leg and 75 mm is the outstanding leg. 75 mm is the outstanding leg. Therefore, gross area of the outstanding leg will be equal to 75 minus half the thickness, 6 by 2 whole into 6. So which works out as 432 square mm. Now ANC is known, AG naught is known. So we want is beta. Now beta is a constant value, the formula for which is given here as per IS 800, this formula. Okay. Now coming to the beta, it says 1.4 minus whatever, 0.076 W by T, Fy by Fu, Bs by LC. We'll try to understand one by one term. This is constant 1.4 minus 0.076 W. So W value is given here. See, it is similar to the figure. This is a gusset plate and this is an angle connected to the gusset plate. This is an angle connected to the gusset plate. Now you can here see W. Now in our case, this is 100 mm leg. This is the connected leg, which is 100 mm in our case. And this is 75 mm, which is the outstanding leg. Now here W means the outstanding leg, which is 75. Now that is what is substituted here. Now coming to T. Now T is the thickness of the angle. T is the thickness of the angle, which is 6 mm. The same thing is substituted here. Now coming to the second term, that is Fy by Fu of the angle, that is 250 divided by 410. 250 divided by 410. Next, Bs by LC. Now Bs, coming back to again IS 800. Now Bs, here they have given the formula. Bs is equal to W plus Wt minus T. Now coming back to this formula, Bs by LC. Bs refers to W plus Wt minus T. Now W is here as per the figure, the length of the outstanding leg, which is 75 in our case. The calculation of Bs is shown here, 75 in our case, plus the Wt. Now Wt, when you refer to the figure, Wt is the distance between heel of the angle to the center of the bolt. Now this distance is taken from SP6, page number 168. Now for 100 mm leg, now in our case, we have 100 mm is the connected leg and 75 mm is the outstanding leg. Now for 100 mm, this distance has to be referring to SP6, page number 168. For 100 mm, when you refer to this figure, when this is when you are providing one bolt, and these distances are when you are providing two bolts. Now we are providing only one row of bolt along one leg, so we have to refer to the distance C. We have to refer to the distance C, that is heel of the angle to the center of the bolt, that is this column C. When you come down the line, for 100 mm, the distance of C, that is distance of C is 60 mm, that is distance between heel of the angle to the center of the bolt. Now coming back here again, so this distance of the WT, that is nothing but C as per SP6 is 60 mm. Is 60 mm. Now coming back to the calculation, so here we can see, sorry, 55 taken, sorry, it is taken incorrectly, so it has to be 60 mm. So the calculation is wrong here. This has to be 60 mm. 75 plus 60 mm, and lastly minus T, W plus WT, that is 75 plus 60 minus 6, So this will give you, BS will give you 124. This is 124 divided by LC. Now LC says, it says, as per the code, LC is length of the end connection, that is distance between the outermost bolts. It is nothing but the distance between the two outermost bolt in the direction of the force, the distance between this bolt to this bolt. It is nothing but here to here 50 plus 50 plus 50 and plus 50, which is totally 200, length of the connection. LC stands for length of connection, that is distance between two outermost bolts, 50 plus 50 plus 50 and plus 50, which is 200 mm. Yeah, LC is 200 mm. Now once this all calculation is done, so you will get beta is 0.609. 0.609. Sorry, not, yeah, 0.60, sorry, not 0.609, 1.04. So we can check with the calculator. You'll get the value of beta is 1.04. As per the code, it has to be less than 1.44 and greater than 0.7. Now substituting the value of beta again here back here, and value of A and C and AG naught, you will get the value of TDN as 235 kilonewton. 235 kilonewton, which is greater than 225 kilonewton. Therefore, the section is safe in rupture at critical section. Now coming to the third failure pattern, that is block shear. Coming to the last type of failure, that is block shear. Now for block shear, design strength due to block shear, we have to refer to clause number 6.4.1 for bolted connection. You have to write down these formulas. AVG, both the formulas you have to write down. Before that, you have to understand how the block shear failure takes place in case of angle section. Now for that, you have to refer to figure 7b. Yeah. Here you can observe this is an angle section subjected to tension connected to a gusset plate. Here we can observe the block shear starts from edge of the plate, continues along the bolt line to the innermost bolt and run across the toe of the angle. This is heel of the angle and this is toe of the angle. The same block shear pattern is drawn for our case. Now this was the angle section. This is the 100 mm leg and this 100 mm leg. This is the 100 mm leg. connected leg, and this is the 75 mm outstanding leg. This has to be corrected. This is 60, and this is, if this is 60, and this will be 40. These corrections have to be done in your calculations. Coming to the block shear failure pattern. Now referring to, see, it starts from the edge of the angle. The same thing is drawn here also. It is starting from edge of the angle to the innermost bolt and moves towards the toe of the angle. Now here, this is the toe, here this is the toe, and this is the heel of the angle. Now it is drawn other way in our notes. Now here in this case, this is the toe and this is the heel of the angle. That is why it is drawn towards the toe. Now this becomes the block shear failure pattern. This becomes the block shear failure pattern. From edge of the plate to the center of the bolt, and from this center of the bolt towards the toe of the angle, not towards heel, towards the toe of the angle. Across this section, your angle fails by block shear, that is failure by shearing and tension. Failure by shearing and tension. Now, when you refer to the formula of the block shear, it is this formula. There are 4 more new terms. The same thing is written here in our notes also, here down. You can observe, we'll discuss here itself. The same formula is copied here. Whatever formula given here, the same formula is also copied in our notes. When you observe, there are no new, there are totally 4 new terminologies. Fy, gamma m0, Fu, gamma m0, m1, these are all already familiar. The 4 new terminologies are AVG, AVN, ATN and ATG. So AVG is nothing but A stands for area, V stands for shear, G stands for gross. It is gross area under shear. And this stands for net area under shear. ATN stands for net area under tension, and ATG stands for gross area under tension. So A stands for area, V stands for shear, and G stands for gross. So that is gross area under shear, net area under shear, net area under tension, gross area under tension. Now once we calculate all these 4 areas, so all you have to do is substitute in this to calculate that is block shear using these 2 formulas. Now that is what we have done here. Now coming back to the block shear pattern. Now across this line, it fails by shear. Along this line, it fails by shear. From edge of the plate to the center of the bolt, from center of bolt to the toe of the angle, it fails by tension. Now we have to calculate area under shear and area under tension. The first one is shear area, that is distance from here to center of the bolt. Now that is this calculation can be done. If you remember the earlier figure, from here to here it is 40 plus 50 plus 50 plus 50 and plus 50, that is 50 plus 50, 100 plus 50, 150 plus from this to this center plus 50, that is 200, and the edge distance is 240. 240 into thickness of the plate is 60 mm. Now gross area under shear is 11440 square mm. Now from net area, now the total length from this edge to the center of the bolt, how many bolt holes? 1, 2, 3, 4 and half of this, because we have considered only to the center. So that is 4.5 bolts. That is 240 minus 4.5 into whole bracket into thickness of the angle. Now this becomes his net area under shear. Now similarly tension. Now tension from this center of the bolt to the toe of the angle. Center of bolt to the toe of the angle. If you refer, sorry, this distance is 60 as per SP6, this distance is 60 and this distance is 40. From center of bolt to the heel of the angle is 60. From center of the bolt to the toe of the angle is 40. This has to be corrected as per SP6. It is taken incorrectly. This is 60 and this is 40. Now, as per that, your angle will be area under tension from center of the bolt to this line. So whatever this line is the block shear pattern and this line is the tension area. From center of the bolt, this will be 40 mm. So that is 40 into 6, which is 240 mm. You have to change this 240 square mm, that is gross area under tension. Now, net area under tension will be from this center to toe of the angle. The deduction area will be half bolt hole. So that is half of 22 mm. That is 0.5 into 22, which is 11. So 40 in minus 11 into 6, which is 204 square mm. Now ATG, ATN, AVG, AVN are all known to us. Now we have to go back to this formula and substitute all the values. So there are two formulas as per, this is one formula and this is the second formula. You have to substitute AVG, ATN, AVN and ATG. Rest all terminals already are familiar. So with that, the first formula you are getting 247 and the second formula you will be getting 205. So it means the block shear capacity of the angle section is 205. So members failed at 205.5 kilonewton. So therefore, load coming on the member is how, which is 225. So therefore, 205 is less than 225. So therefore, it is unsafe for block shear. At 205 kilonewton load itself, your section fails in block shear. But actually the load coming is 225. Therefore, the section fails in block shear. So though it is safe in rupture, and yielding, but it fails by block. It fails by block shear. So what we have to do? So we have to adopt higher cross-sectional area. What we have adopted is 100 into 75 into 6. We have to adopt next section, maybe 100 into whatever. The next higher section we have to adopt referring to the steel table. I'll quickly revise the problem once. The data given to us was to design an angle section which is capable of taking a load of 225 kilonewton with these bolt data and grade of the steel given. Now we have written all the given data here. Load is 225 kilonewton. It says factored load. We are not multiplying by the load factor again. So initially we have to adopt some cross-sectional area. For that we have to assume the permissible tensile stress. Initially we have to assume permissible tensile stress, that is Fy by gamma m naught. So that is 250 divided by 1.1, which is 227.2 square mm. Now we know the stress and we know the load. That is load by stress will give us what is the area of the angle section required. So this area required is taken from the steel table. So we have adopted single angle ISA 100 into 75 into 6 mm, which is having an area of 1014 square mm. Now this has to be checked for, this angle section has to be checked for yielding of gross section, rupture of critical section. This angle has to be checked for yielding of gross section. Yielding of gross section referring to this formula, TDG is equal to Ag into Fy by gamma m naught. So therefore, which is 230 kilonewton, which is greater than 225. So therefore, adopted angle is safe in yielding. Now coming to the rupture of critical section. Rupture of critical section, that is 6.3. 6.3.1 is for plate. Now since we are checking for angles, we have to refer to 6.3.3 using this formula. Second one is rupture of critical section as per 6.3.3. So you have to look into the formulas very clearly. The only new terminologies are ANC and AG not, and beta is as calculated here. W, so you have to read all this, which is also clearly given in the notes. W stands here, and T is thickness, Fy, Fu, Bs is the formula given here. W, it is outstanding leg plus this distance, which is 60 minus 6 plus divided by LC. LC is length of the connection. Length of the connection, that is distance between two outermost bolt. That is LC, the length of the end connection, that is distance between two outermost bolts along the direction of the load, which is also shown in our calculation. With that, you have to calculate rupture strength also. But before designing the rupture strength, you have to calculate the strength of one bolt, and you have to calculate the number of bolts. You have to design one bolt, design strength of one bolt, and you have to calculate number of bolts, and you have to draw this figure. Then only you'll be able to calculate the BS and LC value. With that, the rupture strength, so we were getting is 235 kilonewton, which is greater than 225. So therefore, it is safe in rupture also. Now coming to the block shear, now this is how the block shear takes place. That is, now referring to IS 800 2007, page number 34, this figure. You can see the block shear takes place. Now here there are two rows of bolts. In our case, it is a single row of bolt. Now block shear takes place from edge of the angle. This is the connected leg and this is the outstanding leg. You can see the thickness. So from edge of the plate along the row of the bolts, and from this innermost bolts, it comes towards the toe of the angle, not heel of the angle. This is heel of the angle and this is toe of the angle. The same thing is drawn in our case also. It starts from edge of the plate, goes along the bolt line. From here, it moves towards the toe of the angle. Now this is the heel of the angle. It goes towards the toe of the angle. This is toe and this is heel. This is toe and this is heel. This is toe and this is heel. Across this cross section it goes. Now along this line it will be shear. Along this line it will be tension. It is combination of shear and tension, which is called as block shear. So that is why the formulas, when you refer there, it gives four new terminologies: AVG, AVL, ATG and ATN. So AVG stands for gross area in shear, net area in shear. That is, this becomes the shear area from this edge to the center of the bolt. That is, which is 240. And net area will be this length into this length minus bolt holes. 1, 2, 3, 4 and half of this, because we have taken only the center. And tension will be from this center of the bolt hole to the toe of the angle. From this center of the bolt to the toe of the angle. The figures are very important here. Unless you draw the correct figure, we will not be able to visualize or understand these calculations. From this center to the toe of the plate. Now as per SP6, from here to the heel is 60. From here to the toe is 40. These have to be corrected. Now area in the tension will be 40 into 6. And net area under tension will be 40 minus. So from here we have taken center. It will be only the half bolt hole. So that is 0.5 into 22. So this will be the net area under tension. When you substitute those in this formulas, you will get the block shear strength. That is, one is 247, other one is 205. The lesser of those two will be 205 kilonewton, which is less than 225 kilonewton. Therefore, it is unsafe for block shear, or the angle fails by block shear. That is why you have to adopt the higher section. Now, similarly, when you refer to the next problem, it says design a double angle connected on either side, that is back to back of the gusset plate, to carry a factor tensile load of 550 kilonewton, and gusset plate thickness is 10 mm thick, and other given data are here. Now here only the change is, we have to assume the permissible tensile stress, again same, Fy by gamma m naught, Fy by gamma m naught, and you have to calculate area required, 550 divided by 10 to the power 3, 550 into 10 to the power 3 divided by permissible tensile stress, which will give you 2420 square mm. Now this has to be taken by two angles. This has to be taken by two angles. So therefore this is divided by 2. Therefore area of one angle will be 1210 square mm. So the area of single angle will be 1210 square mm. So we have to adopt angle, two angles, that is 125 into 75. This has to be 75. 125 into 75 into 8 mm from steel table, whose area is 1538. You can check 125 into 75, 125 into 75 into 8, whose area is 1538 square mm. And now again this angle has to be checked for yielding of gross section, rupture of critical section, and block shear. Clear? Now first one is yielding of gross section quickly, that is Ag into Fy by gamma m naught. So now Ag is 1538. Now this is multiplied by two angles because we are providing two angles back to back. So that is Ag into 2 into Fy 250 divided by 1.1, which works out 690 kilonewton, but the load coming is 550. This is safe in yielding, not building. Sorry. This has to be changed to yielding. This has to be changed. Please change it to yielding, safe in yielding. Now coming to the rupture of critical section, the same formula. So you have to refer to 6.3.3. You have to write down this formula. But before that, you have to do the connection design. You have to do the connection design. Now this is how it looks like. Now here, yeah. So now here, when you look at the cross section, this is the gusset plate, and two angles are on back to back. Two angles are on back to back. Now this is the 125 mm connected leg, and 75 mm is the outstanding leg. 125 mm is the connected leg, and 75 mm is the outstanding leg. So for that you have to calculate. So the calculation is directly taken here. So one more important thing, before designing the connection, you have to observe that your bolts are subjected to double shear because it is three plates, two angle plates and one gusset plate. It is the connection between three plates. So your bolts are subjected to double shear. You should not calculate single shear capacity. Rather, we should calculate the double shear capacity and the bearing capacity. So with that, you have to calculate number of bolts. The number of bolts required here are calculated already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have to provide 7 bolts. 7 bolts have to be provided to connect angles, two angles, one angle here and one more angle at the back to the gusset plate. Gusset plate should be drawn up to here. Gusset plate should be drawn up to here. It should not be stopped here. Gusset plate should come till here. So now your bolts have to be provided at a distance of 40 end distance, 50 are the pitch distances. This is the connected leg, 125 mm, and this is the outstanding leg. So using the same formulas, you have to calculate the rupture strength. The rupture strength. The only new two formulas are ANC and Ag0. Now beta is again using these here. Now Ag0 is gross area of outstanding and net area of connected leg. Now outstanding leg here is 75 mm. 75 minus half of the thickness into 8 into 8. 75 minus half of the thickness into 8, and net area is ANC. ANC calculation is not shown. The ANC the calculation is not shown here. This is incorrect. Please don't refer to this. This is a calculation for ANC. ANC, maybe you can write down your calculation for ANC will be 125 minus 1 bolt hole, that is 22 mm. 125 minus 22 minus 8 by 2 whole bracket into 8 mm. So I'll repeat, 125 minus 22 minus 8 by 2 into 8, which works out as 792. This is not beta, rather it is ANC. This is ANC. Please rectify this. This is written incorrectly. So now ANC is 792, AG0 is 568. Now those values are substituted here, and beta is calculated using this formula again. So you will get the value of TDN, that is 387.31 kilonewton, which is for one angle. This is for one angle. This is for one angle. This has to be multiplied into 2. This has to be multiplied into 2 to get for the 2 angle. Now the 387.31 into 2, which is 774 kilonewton. 774 kilonewton. That 774 kilonewton is greater than the load 550. 550. Therefore, it is safe in rupture also. Therefore, it is safe in rupture also. Coming to the block shear. Now, same way like rupture, the block shear is also calculated for single angle. Single angle. Now, before that, you have to mark the block shear pattern. Now, your block shear pattern will be from edge of this plate to along the bolt line till the center, from center to the toe of the angle. From center to the toe of the angle. Now, the distance of this distance. This has to be taken again from SP6. The connected leg is 125 mm. Then the outstanding leg is 75 mm. Now we can refer to SP6 for 125 mm. You can see this, distance C is 75. The same is taken here, 75, and this is 50. With that, the further calculations are done here. You can refer to and design the problem, work on problem number 4, then problem number other problems you can work on, and call us back for any queries if you have. Thank you.